there is a decoding in the message in the music. Like I'm a huge fan of that, and I don't know if I've ever said this publicly, but like I absolutely love the. I can't describe. I feel like I was meant to do it, right? I feel like it comes before breathing for me, you know. And so I know a lot of people who do music. They may say, well, you know, I'm in it for the money, or I'm in it for this, or I feel like this is what I was born to do. Like there's nothing else that I could see myself or imagine myself doing it. I would do it for free, right? So coming off of, you know, Sinners and Saints, which is a project that we did during the quarantine with Buck Wild, it was just kind of like, you know, Sinners and Saints was more of a concept album. And, you know, we were just kind of like sitting around and trying to figure out exactly what the mood is, right? And it is a celebration, right? Because every inhale and exhale is a celebration. You get another moment to explore, you get another moment to experience. So it was just kind of like a record. The vibe was right. You know, we knocked it out. I sent it to Mussolini. He sent the hook right back. So it was just a really good vibe. But the next project that I have coming out, I have two projects that I actually done. One with Spesh. We did another project called Checks and Balances. And then there's another project called 15 Minutes in Queens. And I'm not sure which one is going to come out first. I just got to look at the scheduling. But the 15 Minutes in Queens is coming off the heels of Glass in the Air. And it's a very introspective album. It's definitely my most personal project to date. I'm giving you a glimpse in. I'm smiling because I love it and I can't wait. It's sonically is unlike anything I've done previously, and then lyrically it's as raw a look at who I am as a person. You really get a sense of who I am, how I think, and I think it's really dope. As far as the production, like I'm very involved in post production, like extremely involved in the post production. So when a beat is presented to me, the first thing I try to do is find what tone of my voice fits over the record, right? Because you don't rap the same on every record, but I try to figure out what pocket I'm going to go into. And then, you know, I treat this truly as a gift. I'm able to hear the song completed. So I know that if I execute properly, then if I can execute my job properly, then when we get into post-production, I can add these elements and then we could take the song to the next level. And I think that's one of the things that I definitely pride myself on. I found an amazing producer, musician, engineer by the name of The Archetype up in Boston. So for all of my projects since Ways and Means with Spesh, I drive up to Boston, we stay a few days, and we really bring the projects to life, because I think that's one of the things that I want to use to separate myself from the pack, not just how I rhyme, the beats that I choose, but just the overall presentation of the product. I think that you know, we kind of got caught up in this, you know, just put it out mentality where we don't really bring the project to full life. And that's something that working with Kenny on the first two albums, like he was a huge fan of that. So I had to sit in student mode and watch him, you know, because he's brought in live musicians and, you know, we've worked with a band. So watching that whole process when I, you know, stepped away from Kenny and got to do it on my own, it was like, okay, I'm going to work with this producer. Let's see how this producer works. And then once it's like, okay, now it's my involvement. And I can like working with Buck. He's a producer. Like he's produced for some of the greatest rappers of all time. Yet when it came to the post-production, he allowed me like 100%, like, okay, let's see what you got. And so one of the biggest compliments that I've ever received as an artist was in the studio when he was like, yo, like you're a producer. Like what you're doing, like how you're pulling this to, like you're a producer. Coming from Buck Wild, coming from a rec reel, coming from people I respect, that's very dope to me. I mean, the major lesson that I learned from, you know, starting my earlier works is that you got to keep pushing. Like that's the you got to continue to focus on your craft. Like I'm a huge fan of boxing, and you see people in the ring and they have these you know how hard it was to get in that ring? Like, do you know all the training that they go through, the Spartan lifestyle that they have to live, how much you have to sacrifice to be a Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez, you know what I mean, to be a Cesar Chavez, to be that level of great? You know how much you have to give up, how much you have to dedicate to it. So, you know, the fact that she went that far back, I'm laughing like, wow, I can't even remember, you know, that I forgot I even put those out. But, you know, it just, it's almost like I'm trying to write the perfect song. I'm trying to tell the same story, but better. You know, it's hard to describe. Like, so when I list like some of the songs that you just described, like Who I Am, Money and King, Money is King, it's the same theme, but I'm trying to do it perfect. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like sometimes in rap as a fan, I've heard people execute like perfect songs or perfect, in my opinion, a perfect verse. And I'm like, damn, I'm still searching for when I like, that was a perfect verse. I couldn't have said anything better. My inflection, my tone, the beat, the hook, nothing could have been better. And so I'm a fan, and so I'm always searching for that. Like, I've never done crack, you know, but I heard that they're always chasing for that first hit, and that's what it is. Like, I'm searching for that.